How's it going, everybody? Combo here. Today we got 5 quick tips with the Guardian turret here on the medium build. And before the video really gets started, I promise I won't yap too long. While I was doing research for this video, I found that 1, there's not many guides on this specialization, and 2, the ones that do exist are very surface level. Here's how much health it has, here's how long it takes to deploy, things like that. And those are good things to know, but also, like, that's all stuff you could just look up on your own. My goal is to show you things that you've never seen before, and things that you can apply in your next game that are going to immediately make a difference. Anyways, as I said, I'm not here to yap, so yeah, let's get right into it. Starting things out at number 1, we have the AC-130. Now this is one of my favorite techs in the entire game, 1 because it's funny, and 2 because it's really good at making up for one of the weaknesses that the Guardian turret has. The weakness I'm talking about, when you place it down, it takes a while to prime, it's very easy to destroy, as well as when it is primed, you know, it's stationary, so you can sneak up behind it, or people can just take the damage and take out your turret. However, when we combine a barrel with a jump pad, we can make a flying turret, or an AC-130, that is both mobile and able to shoot targets in a larger radius. So, I like to use the explosive or flammable canisters here, because they have the most health. This part's really important. There's 2 really important things that you do to make sure this works. The first one, you're going to want to place the turret on top of it, not when you pick it up and it's on the side. When you do it like this, it ensures when the turret bounces, it's not going to bounce super crazy. You're then going to run over to a jump pad and make sure you drop it. You do not want to throw it, you want to drop it on the jump pad. Do all those things right, and as you'll see, you now have an AC-130 that is going to guard an area for you. As I said, because it's sideways, that barrel is going to hit the ground first, and that turret is going to keep bouncing up and down and guard that area. Once again, if you're getting shot by this, it's a lot more difficult to shoot a flying turret, and even if they destroy that barrel, it doesn't get rid of the turret. As you'll see, the turret is going to fly away. However, you know, that might be a good thing, and sometimes, as you'll see, it even stays in place. So definitely give this one a try. Next up at number 2, we have something slightly more basic, but it is necessary information. We have the cooldown stages. So there are 3 types of cooldowns you can have with the Guardian turret. The first one, if it gets destroyed, it will reset the entire cooldown of the turret, meaning you have to wait for the entire duration of its uptime. The other 2, if I put down the turret here, right? I pull out the turret as if I was going to place another one. I can then input text, is what it says here, but I can pick it up from a distance. This is going to give you half the cooldown of the turret. Generally, I would not recommend this unless you see your turret is getting shot and it is going to get destroyed. If you know your turret is going to get destroyed, pick it up beforehand. Therefore, you can have more cooldown and more uptime on your turret. Generally, though, I think the best bet, what I like to do is stay close to my turret, because if it engages a target, you know, I want to have my turret on high uptime. So if it's engaging a target and it's taking a lot of damage, I'm going to run over to it and pick it up. And as you'll see, that will give me around 75% of the turret's cooldown. So those are your 3 stages. If you can pick it up, if you're too far away and it takes damage, pick it up with your tablet, but generally just don't let it die. Next up at number 3, we have placement. Now, this is just kind of to show you some more creative placements that you can use to make your turrets more difficult to find, as well as more difficult to take out than just placing them in the middle of the open or in a corner, just facing a doorway. We don't do that around here. So the first one I love to do is the tree. I know on maps like Monaco as well as Kyoto, there are trees. I like to place them on the branches on the side like you can see here. I'll put this right here. This is going to block off areas, as well as, you know, people aren't going to expect it. So they turn a corner, you know, why is there a turret on that tree right there? It's not a usual area. It does catch people off guard. Another one that I love to do is on the ceiling, because once again, what a lot of people will do is they'll come in, they'll place their turret on the floor, right in the corner. It's really easy to take out and see. However, if you place it on the ceiling, you know, most people when they run into a doorway, they might see the laser from the turret, but they're not looking at the ceiling. They're going to be looking on the floor for mines and things like that. So just doing this can definitely mix it up. Another thing you can do if you want this to be even more difficult to take out, take a goo grenade, right? Throw it underneath your turret, even if it blocks off a little bit, take something, shoot out that goo. Give your turret what is essentially a head glitch, and it's going to make their job a whole lot harder. You want to make sure you don't obscure too much of its radius in order for it to shoot, but that's what I like to do. And finally, another thing you can do, I kind of showed this off in the beginning with the AC-130, but let's say you want to throw your turret in an area to kind of scope out where people are. Place it on a canister just like this, pick it up, throw it on a jump pad, and as you'll see, it goes really far. You can use this to scout out areas as well as find where people are, because if your turret beeps, it's going to shoot them. And also get stuck in the ground again for some reason. Cool. Next up at number 4, we have using the turret as cover. Now this is really useful because it does 2 things. 1, it gives you a barricade with quite a bit of health, and 2, it also creates an obstacle that pressures opponents to stop shooting you to take out the turret, because if they don't take out that turret, they have something with aimbot that is never going to miss them, that is going to keep doing damage. So this is quite simple. Let's say this target right here is shooting at me, right? He's looking at me, I'm taking damage. All I'm gonna do is crouch, put down my turret. As you can see, the turret starts blocking shots for me. So I have this turret in front of me. All I have to do is uncrouch, peek up, hit that target. As you can see, I might take a few shots, but the turret's gonna block the shots as well as help me in combat. This has saved my life so many times, especially when you're in a pinch. This could save you, and definitely at a minimum, catch people off guard. And finally, at number 5, we have concealing your turret. So something really cool that I have not mentioned up to this point is when you place down your own Guardian turret, you cannot damage it. So if I place this down right here and shoot it, as you can see, nothing happens. This actually extends all the way over to your gadgets. So let's say, for example, I take a pyronade, right? I throw that on my turret, it is not going to take damage. But as you can see, it is a lot more difficult to see that turret and see what you're aiming at. Of course, you have that laser, but generally that can kind of cloak it. Another option you have, similar to that pyronade, is if I take the gas grenade right here, do the same thing. This is going to do a couple things. It's going to dissuade your melee players from trying to take it out, as well as cover the turret and make it a lot more difficult to shoot. If they don't see that health bar, I'm telling you, other than that little light, it can be very difficult to see. So use things like that to your advantage. Additionally, if you find yourself in an area that has a lot of these smoke canisters right here, you can do the same thing. So run over to your turret, take a smoke canister, and throw it on top of it. If you want to go a step further, take a gas grenade on top of that smoke. Now they can't even see the gas, and if you try to throw a pyronade at this turret, as you'll see, you won't be able to get rid of that gas because the smoke is there. This is the ultimate concealed turret and is super strong. In a lot of ways, people just run away because they don't even know what's hitting them. Anyways, everyone, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, as well as anything you thought I missed or could be improved upon. I love talking with you guys in the comments, and most of the time I end up learning something new, so please, I guarantee I missed something. Anyways, I'm not going to keep you in the outro forever. Thank you so much for the support as always. I mean that in my heart of hearts. You guys are amazing and are making my dreams come true. Anyways, guys, this has been Combo. Stay home, stay safe, and yeah, peace out, everybody. Later.